Thank you everyone for coming out today to kick off this event. I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to kick it off. A great day with some great presenters today. Today I'm going to talk to you about Cascadia Minerals. We are a copper gold exploration company focused in the Yukon and British Columbia. We are trading on the TSX Venture under CAM and on the QB under CAM-NF. I will be making a few forward-looking statements. You can read that now or on our website as well. So to get right into it, high level, the Cascadia Minerals started up just recently, mid-year last year. It came from a spin-out from ATAC Resources, where Hecla Mining bought ATAC Resources. I was the former CEO. In that transaction, we had a number of copper projects in ATAC Resources, and we were able to spin those out of the Hecla transaction into a new company called Cascadia. So Cascadia has a bunch of copper gold assets, and we now have Hecla as a major shareholder as well as Barrick. So those are our two largest shareholders. You can see we only have 41 million shares outstanding and fully diluted around almost 60 million. The majority of those shares and warrants are with Hecla Mining. They're our largest shareholder, and again, Barrick Gold. They were a legacy shareholder from the ATAC days. Some of you might know Michael Gentile. We've also have Peter Brown, Harry Pokrant, other high net worth investors out of Canada as well. And then obviously management holds a number of shares as well. I started my career up in the Yukon in the early 90s, so that's all I've been doing for my entire life, working in the Yukon and in BC. Our team is stacked with technical expertise. We have a number of Hecla representatives on the board, as well as the ex-VP exploration for Barrick Gold, so a great team of explorationists. So today, with the time we have, I really want to focus on the Catch project and the Pill project. The Catch is in central Yukon, and then the Pill property in central or north British Columbia, in the heart of the Toodoggone. One of the biggest takeaways today is that we've made a brand new copper gold discovery in a friendly jurisdiction in the center of the Yukon. So this Catch property that we're going to be talking about today is not an old story. It's a brand new discovery. Brand new copper gold discoveries are very rare, and especially with obviously with the copper prices going where they are, you want to be in a friendly jurisdiction where you're not going to see kind of the nationalism that you may or you are seeing around the globe. So again, Carmax, Catch project, is in the center of the Yukon. I'll zoom in on a little bit more, and then Pill in northern British Columbia. So zooming into the Yukon and BC, I'll just point out here that the Catch property is right here, just southeast of Carmax, and then our Pill project we'll be talking about is further down here. What's important about this slide is you can see the green terrain. It's called the Stikine terrain. That Stikine terrain hosts numerous copper gold deposits down in British Columbia, but that terrain goes up into the Yukon, and it's really never seen systematic exploration in the Yukon. A young prospector came to us a couple years ago and said, who actually used to work for us, came and said, look what I found. I've gone out and checked up on Yukon Geological Survey silt samples and found new copper gold mineralization in an area that had never been looked at before. It had never been staked, and it's frankly the most copper and gold mineralization I've ever seen in the Yukon in my almost 30 years of working up there. So a spectacular new surface discovery. We began working on it, and I'll take you through to the discovery. Importantly, we've done some regional work in this Stikine terrain in the Yukon, where there's been very little systematic work. And last year we found two brand new properties with copper and gold mineralization on that had never been staked before. So very exciting. We're going to continue that regional work, and we're also thinking about looking at a strategic alliance with maybe a mid-tier or major going forward in this area. So a rare opportunity in a friendly jurisdiction in a terrain that's been underexplored for years. So great opportunity here. Again, zooming in, what's nice about the Catch project is that it's only 10 kilometers from a power and a highway. That's on the Robert Campbell Highway. And you can see with the pictures there that the terrain that we'd be working on in this area is actually quite nice and amenable to a mining situation. So Again, you can kind of see the Gossans there, mineralization throughout the entire property. And I guess furthermore, when you look at that slide there, you can really see that these gray areas are areas that are staked, and this entire area is the keen terrain. There's almost no exploration being done in that area, so we're going to be looking to change that as we're the first movers in this area. When you zoom into the project there, you can see some very spectacular copper and gold grades. You see the main zone to the north, and then to the diorite zone to the south. The first diamond drill holes ever completed on this project were done at the diorite zone, and we set up on the outcrop of almost 4% copper and 30 grams gold. So clearly and obviously a good place to start. And our first hole was 45 meters of 0.3 copper and just a little bit less gold. And then our second hole was a much larger intersection of 0.3 copper and 0.3 gold. So to be able to hit copper porphyry mineralization on your first two holes ever drilled is spectacular. So we've got a head start, and we'll be looking to expand on that as well. Importantly, there's a lot of room and real estate in between these zones. That's about 2 kilometers, and then further out to the east there's a lot of untested targets as well, so a very fertile property, large property, close to infrastructure, so a great opportunity. So our follow-up drilling will be stepping out on this diorite zone. As you can see here, I think I'll just really focus on telling you what we're going to be doing this year. You can see this A to A prime, this section line here. Those were where the first two drill holes were. 300 meters or 300 yards to the east, we have another section line with very compelling IP charge anomaly, and our drill is set up just east of that. So our next slide here is going to show you where the mineralization is, and then after that we'll look out over onto the next 300 meters out to the east where our drill is sitting right now. So here you see the IP chargeability with the drill holes, discovery holes on it. You can see that the first hole was 45 meters of 0.3 copper, and then the second hole just to the north of that was, again, 160 meters of 0.3 in copper and 0.3 gold. So a great start. And like I said, there's a lot of mineralization up to the north as well, in areas that we just haven't looked at yet, so lots of opportunity there. Moving to the east, on the next section line, this section line has not been drilled, and our drill is sitting right on top of that middle drill hole on surface there, and we'll be starting drilling there in about 2 to 3 weeks, so getting started very shortly on a much larger IP signature and chargeability. So our expectation is that we'll hit similar grades to what we were finding. What's important there, to get a little bit technical, is we're really in the propylitic. We're not in the hotter part of the system, so those grades are great. We are seeing some of that potassic, higher grade sniffs throughout those propylitic holes, but we want to move over to the hotter portions of the system where we can get higher grades, and we're excited about getting started there. And that's just to really tell you about kind of we're up in this area right now. We want to get down into the down or beside where we get into the higher grade portions of that system. And moving over to the Pill in the heart of the Toodoggone. The Pill project is obviously road accessible. A lot of you might know some of the other players, Amart, Freeport, McMoran, Centerra, Thesis Gold. We were able to pick up this project a couple years ago. It's an option from Finley Minerals, a very large project, again, road accessible. It has numerous styles of mineralization, porphyry, epithermal, lots of untested targets. Very excited about this as well. It's a hub of activity out here. I think key thing here is over the last 2 years, we've really been able to focus and target the Pill South target on this project as our primary target for drilling, and that's down here on the southern end of Pill South. We've done two years of geophysics on this, and last year we did a deep IP Titan survey on this. There's a couple holes, historical holes, that were very shallow on this anomaly, but they were up in that higher pyrite shell of this system. And I'll show you in the next slide here. This is late last year's deep IP on the Pill South target, kind of your classic signature. You can see one of the old holes was up here. It was shallow in the pyrite, what you would expect. You got to see sniffs of copper on another hole that was a little bit deeper, well-off section. This has never been drill tested. Our goal is to drill this target in 2024. Just a real classic story, and very easy to get in there and be able to drill test this. So we're excited about this. Yeah, so Catch Project, I mean, it's very exciting, brand new story, new discovery in the Yukon-Stikine. On top of that, we're going to be in there drilling very shortly, and we expect to do 2 to 3 holes. We're closing up a financing right now, and then we're getting additional interest as well, so we might end up bumping that up, our finances up to about 2.5, maybe a little bit more in the coming weeks or months. So stay tuned for that. Drilling is going to be exciting. Can't wait to get back in there. Pill, we're going to look to drill the Pill South as well, a nice new target. And then we have staked a number of projects in that Stikine terrain, and stay tuned for news on that. It's going to be a great year for Cascadia, and appreciate your time coming out today to hear about it. So thank you very much.